Hey guys, it's the Briar Patch family. I'm Samantha.
I'm Wade.
In today's video, we are talking about our 5 favorite ride queues in Disney World. So we have 2 different lists for each of us today, so.
We do.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just ride queue our way into it. So number 5 on my list would be The Seas with Nemo and Friends. It is not particularly a good ride, in my opinion. It's a nice ride, but on a hot summer Florida day, it's all indoors, and it usually feels very nice and cool.
Yeah.
But when you first walk in, it gives you the feeling like you're at the beach. There's a bunch of beach signs and little sand sprinkled all throughout. But once you get past the beach part, then you are under the ocean, because if you look up, you can see the bottom of a boat, the lights illuminated to make it look like waves, and it's pretty cool, in my opinion. So yeah, that's number 5 on mine.
Well, it may be a shocker to some of you out there, but number 5 on my list is Peter Pan's Flight. Not so much everything other than when you go inside and you go into the bedroom of the kids. That's pretty cool. All the things that you get to do, like, what is it?
You get Tinkerbell. You get to play with Tinkerbell.
Yeah, you get to do the little Tinkerbell thing. I don't know. It's just like super themed out. It's really cool. It's very entertaining, and it goes by really quick when you're in there. So I like that. So if I had to wait in a line, that's one that I'd wait in.
Sounds good. Okay, so my number 4 ride would be Flight of Passage. And we typically, well, we've only ever had a fast pass for that ride one time that I can think of. But we generally ride that ride during Extra Magic Hours in Animal Kingdom Park. So it's basically a walk-on, but you still walk through most of it.
Yeah.
And there's some times that we've had to walk through all of it. And it's just the way walking through the mountain and then you get into the lab and all that stuff is, to me, is really, really cool. So that's why it ranked number 4 on my ride queue list.
Well, number 4 on my ride queue list is Pirates. There's not much going on in the queue of Pirates. It's themed out, like, you know, you can smell the smells. You can just, it starts getting cool in there, so that's nice on a hot summer day. But it just makes you feel great. So
yes, it does.
I don't know. That was just number 4 for me. So
what's your favorite scene from the Pirates of the Caribbean ride queue?
I think it's actually for the Fast Pass line, where they have like more of that under the
like in the
little
prison
cells.
cellar,
Yeah. So that's probably my favorite part. But
yeah. I like the 2 skeletons playing chess. That's always been my favorite one. So, but ironically enough, that ride did not make my top 5 list.
What?
It's amazing. It just did not.
So number 3.
All right, so number 3 on my list is Slinky Dog Dash from Hollywood Studios. And the reason that made my list, well, is because it's got all the, I mean, there's a ton of stuff to look at. It's just like a kid's stuff threw together a walk queue ride line for the ride, and it's just so much nostalgia, I guess, with everything that's in there, Tinker toys and all the other toys from that era and things like that. Tape, I mean, you can see tape where, I mean, it's like
it looks like
2
Andy
foot wide tape.
Yeah, he has put things together,
so,
cardboard boxes and stuff. This didn't make my list, but I actually really like that part of the walkthrough, but I don't know. I didn't think about it.
So anyways, that's number 3 on my list.
Well, number 3 on my list is Tower of Terror. Yeah.
That also did not make my list, and it was very close to being on my list. And because I love the part where you get into the hotel, and it's got all of the cobwebs everywhere. It just looks so cool to me. and even when you go in the room for the little video, there's so much stuff in there. You know, I always go in there trying to look and see if there's things that I've never seen before, and there's always something new. And by the time we ride again, I forget what I've even seen, so it's all new again. But then the boiler room is pretty cool too.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Just let me know in the comments which way you go. Do you go straight or you go right? That's always a debate when we get in there.
Yeah, and I can't ever remember which one was the fastest, but I honestly think it's just the parties in front of you.
Yes.
I think they're about similar, but then it depends on the parties and what's going on, and then like the people that are doing ride swap or whatever. Yeah. Maybe that makes a difference, but I don't know.
But very, very awesome ride queue. I agree.
I like that. Number 2.
Okay, so my number 2 ride queue is Peter Pan. Your number 5.
Yeah.
Do I like waiting 60 minutes to get on the ride? Not really, but I do like
15 minutes.
Yeah, but I do like the ride. I think it's very pretty. And I do like the scene where you're flying over London. But anyways, we're not talking about the ride. We're talking about the ride queue. Used to, it didn't have the ride queue that it does now, and it was pretty much just wait in just a normal ride queue. But then they did the upgrade whenever they did. I don't remember. But walking through the house is awesome to me.
Yeah.
And I don't too much care really about the whole part where your Tinkerbell's flying across and you're doing all this. It's just walking through the house, seeing the pictures on the wall and the artwork on the wall.
Yeah, I like the hallway where you see all that nice artwork. That's pretty cool.
It is pretty awesome.
And then like you can see the outside, Nana and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I actually like, there's just so much to see in that room. Like I'm always just so distracted with something new that I hadn't seen before. So I think that's pretty cool. Yep. My number 2 would be Flight of Passage. And we've already discussed it. It's just great from when you enter into Pandora until the end. So, yeah.
Oh, speaking of Flight of Passage, when you're in the, I don't really know what room it's called, but they're scanning you for whatever they're scanning you for. I can't remember. Who makes funny movements and stuff with your whatever thing that they've got on the window, you know, the thermal imaging of yourself. You know, we always dance and move around that stupid.
Yeah, you always do. And I just like move back and forth, so. Yeah. Fuddy did.
I don't know. Fuddy did. Okay.
All right, so number 1.
So my number 1 ride queue is Expedition Everest. Not much to it. Actually, there is a lot to it. Because I consider walking, like, I don't know, just before you even walk into the ride queue, it's decorated so very nicely. Half of it's outside, half of it's inside, or for the most part you're inside. But just everything, it's themed so wonderful. And walking through and seeing all the artifacts and all the information and stuff about the Yeti is awesome to me.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Almost believable.
You haven't ever seen the Jack Link's commercials? I mean, the Yeti's real. Or that's Bigfoot. Bigfoot's real.
My number 1 would have to be Haunted Mansion.
It's the best ride.
Yeah.
Not the best queue ride.
No, well, Haunted Mansion.
Why? Because of one thing.
The stretching room.
The stretching room.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's so amazing. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about all the stuff that you can do outside, like in that one little spot, by pushing the books in and whatever. I do like whenever you are about to walk into the actual mansion and you can see Madame Leota's eyes every now and then pop open. That's pretty cool.
The tombstone.
Yeah. And then, the stretching room is just the best, so. Now, I do not like the part where you have to, like, run out of the stretching room and you get...
Trampled?
Yeah, like, by everybody, because everybody's trying to get to their doom buggy, but,
That's why you need to know where the door opens, depending on which stretching room you go into.
Yeah. Most of the time we do know, but it's already packed before you get in there from the other stretching room.
You just got to bully your way to it.
Well,
But just a quick question. Is this room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination? It's stretching. There's no windows and no doors.
Depends on which coast you're on.
Well, the room stretches. It just does the room go up or do you go down? That's the debate.
Anyway, oh no.
Yes, it is.
Okay, maybe
Yep.
I need to freshen up on
Yep.
my Haunted Mansion.
Disneyland, you go down. Disney World, the room stretches up.
I
Yep.
didn't think you moved in one of them. I couldn't remember which one
You
went.
don't move in one of them. You don't move in the Disney World one.
Yeah.
Right, the room
The
stretches
wall's
up.
going up, but you're not actually moving.
Yes, in
Okay.
Disneyland, you go down.
I thought I knew. You just had me confused. Okay.
So
I thought the elevator was going up was what you were saying.
no.
Okay.
So there is one ride that almost made my top 5. And maybe should have, but it didn't, and that is Big Thunder Mountain.
It actually almost made my top 5
Yes,
too.
because Big Thunder Mountain has a lot of hands-on, well, when you do the full ride queue, it has a lot of hands-on interactive stuff with the little thing that you twist.
Yeah, so
and
all the kids can go like this right here.
And hold up the line, yeah.
Because
But
by the time I get it, you're just moving. But for some reason, before you get there, you don't move at all. I don't know. So.
Yeah. But other than that,
Yeah.
I think everything else was pretty lame. I mean, Mine Train, it's got some interaction, but
Again,
Yeah.
you just hold up the line because by the time you get there, it's just moving. So.
But you know what would make every Disney ride queue that much better?
What?
Beer carts.
And
Yep.
Universal has them.
Beer carts. Get on it, Disney.
And I'd still just rather go somewhere else.
Could you imagine waiting in line for Winnie the Pooh and there's like, hey, give me a beer, please?
No, that's okay.
Nope. But anyways,
But yeah, that was our top 5.
ride queues in Disney World. Disney World ride queues.
Yeah, which, I mean, it's hard to decide because Disney does so well with their ride queues. There's some that I would say need some updates. Space Mountain.
Soarin'.
I actually don't mind Soarin', but it has nothing going on in there.
No, you play an interactive game on your phone
Yeah, I
and
don't
waste your
play that
battery.
either.
That's it.
But I do know that Disney's great at themed out rides or ride queues. So it's not really hard to pick, but like I said, Space Mountain needs an update.
Oh, yes. And a disclaimer, we have not been to Disney World since they've opened up Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, yeah.
So we did not, we don't know what those ride queues are.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah,
why
our
they didn't
last
make
time
our
in
list.
Disney World was like 6 months before Galaxy's Edge opened up.
Yep.
So
Thanks, pandemic.
unfortunately, we have not been able to go. So we'll update you guys whenever that happens.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. You can actually hit the notification bell and you'll be notified every time one of our videos come out. Please leave a comment of what your favorite ride queue is at Disney World or Disneyland for that matter.
yeah,
And
we've never been there, so we don't know anything about those either.
not yet.
One day, when we, live down there, in Disney World, like when we live close to Disney World, then we'll go to Disneyland.
You completely confused everybody right then. But yes, we will visit Disneyland soon. It will be after we move to Disney World, obviously. Because then we won't have an excuse to not go to Disney World every time we have some time off.
Yeah.
But anyways, again, guys, thanks for watching this video. Again, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next Monday. Peace!